Okay. Moving on. Now we have another confirmed Democrat in the field. We have Washington Governor Jay Inslee, who has added his name to the hat of the dozens who are competing for the Democratic nomination for President of the United States in the 2020 election. What is the real thing that this Washington governor is going to bring to the country that we're going to be able to rally behind and see him into the White House?
What we are seeing right now, and I've been pleased by what I've been hearing across the country, that people do want a president that will act on a real emergency, which is climate change. We're very proud of our New Mexico governor who's building a clean energy economy to respond to a real emergency, which is climate change.
That's the real emergency, not the between 10 and 15 million illegals that are here in the country. And you can be against the wall and still think that's a problem, as I do, even if you just look at it for their humanity. It's so troubling. But where is the evidence that Governor Inslee will be able to reverse or dial in the temperature? I'm going to go ahead and predict that the climate change stuff involves a lot of friends of his getting special contracts for energy solutions that will yield no principal change in how we live our lives, but suck a lot of the taxpayers' money over to his friends' pockets. That's usually how these things work. I had seen this clip that I thought was pretty interesting, and this is Governor Inslee's pal up there in Washington, Bill Gates, and here's what he has to say on clean energy. And Mr. Gates, if you don't know it, is no Trump supporter.
Okay, here's Tokyo, 27 million people. You have 3 days of a cyclone basically every year. It's 22 gigawatts rate over 3 days. Tell me what battery solution is going to sit there and provide that power. I mean, let's not joke around. You're multiple orders of magnitude, $100 per kilowatt hour. That's nothing. That doesn't solve the reliability problem. And remember, electricity is 25% of greenhouse gas emissions. Whenever we came up with this term clean energy, I think it screwed up people's minds because now they don't understand. I was at this conference in New York, I won't name it, and they were saying, all these financial guys got on stage and said, we're going to rate companies in terms of their CO2 output. And we're going to say this company puts out a lot of CO2 and financial markets are magical and all of a sudden the CO2 will stop being emitted. And I was like, okay, how are you going to make steel? Do you guys on Wall Street, do you have something in your desks that makes steel? What? Where's the fertilizer, cement? Plastic, where's it going to come from? Do planes fly through the sky because of some number you put on a spreadsheet? So the madness of this so-called finance is the solution. I just don't get that. There is no substitute for how the industrial economy runs today.
I was reminded of an old joke from the Soviet Union days this week, which goes, "What did the socialists use before candles? Electricity." That's what I want Governor Inslee to respond to. I look to Venezuela and I see these proposals that mean to cripple us and make energy so expensive that it is fine for rich people to buy. But what about everyone else? Cheap energy is the best thing possible for economic growth, and economic growth and making people rich is the best possible thing for all other human outcomes. Who do you think has the best healthcare on the planet? Rich people. Who do you think cares about the environment more? If you can't even feed yourself, you think you care about climate change or global warming? Come on.